Hello and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I thought I would answer some of your frequently asked questions that you guys have been commenting on my hair loss related YouTube videos. And you guys might be wondering, wow, Jen, you have your hair down today. I thought I would just put my hair down for this video so that you guys could see what my hair actually looks like naturally, because I know in all of my videos I usually pin my hair back because obviously it's very thin and wispy and growing back. But yeah, my hair seems to have kind of gotten to an okay length now where I would feel comfortable sharing it with you guys in my hair videos so you can see my hair progress maybe throughout future videos. I guess this is like another mini hair update. Yeah, this is just how my hair is looking now. And yes, I know it's very uneven. I got really fed up with my hair the other day because it had kind of grown out into a mullet because it had my old hair mixed with all the new hair coming in. So it was very thin at the bottom and then thick at the top, and it just looked like a mullet. So I just tied my hair in a ponytail and just cut it very, very, very badly. So it's like quite short at the back. And then you've just got random long short pieces everywhere, but I don't really care because I don't normally wear my hair down out in public anyways. And you know, when things do start to calm down here, maybe I'll actually go for a haircut for the first time in God knows how many years. I don't even know. I've just been cutting my hair by myself always. So yeah, and I'll just show you guys, I think since my hair falling out late May, early June, my hair's probably grown about this much here. So it's not the full length of my hair, it's about this much, but it's almost there now. Hopefully it'll grow out so I can cut my hair so that the ends look thicker, because I know at the minute it's still looking a little bit thin at the bottom, but this is the thickest hair I've had in like 12 years or something like that. Anyways, I'm rambling on, so let's get to the video, okay? So question number one is, do you have PCOS? And no, I don't. So my whole hair loss has been, at the beginning when I first started losing my hair around 14, 15, I say losing, it started to thin out, but the shedding wasn't as noticeable. But since my mid-teens, I was suffering from chronic telogen effluvium because my iron is very low. And then once I did get my iron up, I ended up having dengue fever, which triggered acute telogen effluvium. And then just to put the cherry on the cake, I also have androgenetic alopecia, which was diagnosed last year in June 2020 by my wonderful doctor. So yeah, many different things going on. Okay, so I have someone else who says, hey, I just want to know, how long does minoxidil shedding last? This person has been shedding for 1.5 months, so they just wanted to know how long the shedding would last. And obviously everyone's shed is going to be completely different. I can't tell you how long your shed is going to be because one, I'm not a doctor, and two, you know, it's going to be very unique to your situation. But I can tell you my own personal experience, and my intense shedding lasted around 6 weeks. Remember, that's because I had acute telogen effluvium from the dengue fever, so I had very, very, very bad shedding because when I was in hospital, that must have just messed up my body so bad. And yeah, I just lost a lot of hair from having dengue fever. But you know, if you are shedding, remember that minoxidil is pushing out the old hairs to make room for the nice new hairs to grow. So if you are shedding from minoxidil, it is supposed to be a good sign. For some people, that doesn't always seem to be the case. I'm not sure why. This is just, again, things that I have read online. But yeah, the general consensus is that if you are shedding, then minoxidil is working. And someone asked, did you shed the first month? Yes, I pretty much did shed the first month that I started using minoxidil. I believe I began using the liquid topical minoxidil at the beginning of May. I can't remember if it was the 1st or the 4th of May, but it was still very early May. And then my shedding began on the 27th of May. Shedding did happen for me within the first month, but you know, for other people, it can happen a bit further down the line. Again, everybody's bodies are unique, everyone is different. So this is one I get asked quite a bit, and it is, how much iron do you take a day? And if you might have noticed, I don't actually share how much iron I take in my videos, and I do feel really bad when people ask me because I don't want to seem like I'm being secretive about how much iron I take, but iron is something that you shouldn't mess around with, and it can be very dangerous if you do take too much iron. And I know this firsthand because I have a medical condition where if you take too much iron, it can lead to iron overload, and obviously iron overload is not good for you. You're gonna end up in some pretty hot water if you do have iron overload. It would just feel very irresponsible of me to share how much iron I take when I know firsthand that taking too much iron can be very dangerous. So this is the reason why I don't share how much iron I take. But if you guys do want to know, it is a pretty low dosage of iron. It's nothing crazy, nothing too high. You know, if your iron is low or you think your iron is low, then do try work with a doctor and work together to figure something out, because that's going to be a lot better than someone on the internet telling you how much iron to take. The next question is, how much is your ferritin now? Actually, at the minute, I have absolutely no idea what my ferritin is at the minute. But with that being said, I am going to see a hematologist in 2 days. Last year, when I went to get my yearly checkup, I went after I had the dengue fever, and when I had dengue fever I had to have blood transfusions because I wasn't doing very well in the hospital. So I went to have my ferritin checked a little bit after that, which in hindsight was pretty stupid, but at the time I didn't realize that my iron would be so high. So basically my ferritin was like 300 because I had just had a blood transfusion, so it wasn't a very accurate result. So I am going to a hematologist in 2 days and I will be sure to keep you guys posted. Okay, and the next one. What's the ideal ferritin range for women? So I did talk about this a little bit in another video of mine. I think it was the video called 5 hair mistakes that I've made. In that video, I talked about a meta-analysis that looks at the different vitamins and minerals in relation to female pattern hair loss. In this meta-analysis, they analysed 125 different articles in order to discuss the vitamins and minerals for hair loss. The authors do note that there is no set in stone kind of ideal range for iron in relation to hair loss. The general consensus is that over 40 nanograms per deciliter to 70 nanograms per deciliter is the range that you probably should be shooting for. But like I said, they do know there is no answer that is set in stone. And as you guys know, for me personally, my ferritin was 42 and I was still suffering from chronic telogen effluvium. So just because you're within that range, it doesn't mean you're going to stop shedding, because again, your hair loss is going to be very unique to you, which is something I emphasize throughout all my videos, is that hair loss is going to be very specific to you and there isn't always going to be a set in stone answer that somebody could give you. But thank you guys for watching part 1 of this video. If you found this video useful, then be sure to give it a like. If you are enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week in the next one.